Chernoy. Or we switch. Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, we are live. There was a technical difficulty, and now the streamer is W, and you know it's gonna be like a special invite spectator. And yes, the game is underway now. Well, it's gonna start now. We have Lawrence here, Dr. Bounce, and John for All-Star Team against Shaniqua, which is Dragonite, Omega, Montesine, Jatori. And the game has started, but it's here. It's very impatient and everything's ready now. Dr. Bounce seems AFK. Dragonite has stopped the game and a lot of insecurities right now. And now the game has started officially. No more restarts. And we have a lot of bench alternatives for both teams. The quarterfinals, and the first goal is gonna be by Se here. It's 1-0 for All Stars now. If you just join us, this is the quarterfinals of the cup, of the 4v4 cup. And whoever wins this game is gonna play against the top favorite team, which is Super Acquaintances, who are waiting on the upper bracket semi-final. So now the game is tied, and if you don't know, this format on the playoffs is best of 3. So we're gonna have at least 2 games. After this one, 3 periods, there will be another one. Whoever takes that game, whoever wins 2 games out of 3 is gonna advance to the semifinals. So it only goes to a third game if each team wins a game, though. It's highly unusual. Not really, but I'm hoping we get like a favorite team just stomp the other one. And now the game is tied 2-2. 4 goals in 50 seconds, so not great defensive teams. I was telling you before, they were playing a Scream and Sahir's team against the Chicken Din, and they got completely. Well, I only caught the last couple of periods, I guess, but they were getting destroyed by Chicken Din. So I'm thinking Shaniqua should take this game, but so far it looks like they didn't warm up, or I'm not sure. And now Sahir's team is leading 3-2 now. As Montes is making the start, he's been weak in the last few games. Omega Law is now changing his name to Omega. It's one of my favorite players from Shaniqua. And now Dr. Bounce rushes his way into the net. John takes a shot, but he's white. Oh, Jatori almost on goals. Omega Lol passes to Jatori. Jatori is waiting to pass. Gonna pass to Montes. Montes misses the X, and right now the entire Shaniqua team is flying. I think Sahir team has an AFK. Oh no, it's John. He's back into the field. So he's trying one of his signature shots, and he's gonna score that. He's great goal there by Sahir. It's going straight to one of his videos. Shaniqua is the favorite to win this game according to the player sheet and what Trooper said. So also because Shaniqua won their group stage game against this team 21-9. So yeah, they raped them on the group stage. So we have different players though now. Rich is not even on the bench for this important game, and hopefully Shaniqua can advance, and because if not, there's gonna be a lot of controversy if Richard doesn't show up for this game and they lose. They have as alternatives for Sahir's team, they have Lee Everett, Eric, and Omar Messi. So I think the entire team is here. Except Tornado. Tornado is missing for All-Star team. Well, on Dragonite's team, Shaniqua, they have only they have no alternatives on the bench. So yeah, it's looking tight for the Shaniqua team. They have to build their gem and try to win this game. They're getting hammered right now, 5-2 now, and they're not looking organized at all. And this is not even the main lineup for All-Star team. I think Lorien is bench usually, and he was also benched during the warm-up. I mean, during the friendly game that I told you I was watching. And now 6-2 plus 4. Dragonite giving instructions to his team not to stand still. Omega, of course, blaming the pink, and now Jatori is doing some weird moves now. Managed to save that on the net. Mont is not looking too sharp right now, but he's holding against Dr. Bounce. So he's gonna take a shot. John makes a mistake and gives the ball to Jatori. Now he's counter-attacking. It's a weak counter-attack though. Oh, Jatori bumps his friend. Omega takes a shot, but gives the ball to the opponent. Now Montes comes flying to save it. But here misses an open net. Very weird. 30 seconds to go, and this first period is 6-2. It's probably a goal in the end for Shaniqua could bring some life to this game right now, because it's looking bad for them. 10 seconds to go. Dr. Bounce is driving the ball, passes to Sahir. Sahir takes a shot and is wide, and Dr. Bounce misses an open net, but somehow scores. A lot of luck there. And now it's 7-2. It's Shaniqua getting hammered right now. +5. So the first period of the first game is 7-2. Surprising result so far. So important that Shaniqua are missing some of their key players that didn't show up for the playoffs. They're missing Frozen Track, Rich. Let me check who else. Well, W is asking them to breathe, and it's Michelle's quote, and Everett's still on the bench, and that's good for Sahir's team, because if I'll tell you some insider info from the FSB, Lee just got demoted from his big Division 2 team, I think, to Division 3. I'm just kidding, but also Eric is leading in the FSB, so he's a really strong alternative for Sahir's team. Florian takes a shot, Omega is playing on the net and doesn't manage to save it, and it's looking really bad for the Shaniqua team. +7 right now. Dragonite seems to be very mad, blinking at his team. There's no organization right now from own goal by Dragonite. Unfortunate there by the captain of the Shaniqua team. And Dragonite's asking his team to move or something. A lot of mistakes there by Montes also. Jatori not looking sharp. Omega is usually stronger than this. But, team bomb there by Dragonite to Omega, and Lorien takes a shot, and it's an on goal by Jatori, and Shaniqua are losing now this game mentally more than anything now, because it's +9. It's could be embarrassing night for them. Don't forget that we have the other quarterfinal after this quarterfinal. Now it's Plus 10, yeah, I'm not wrong. Plus 10. And in 1 minute, they scored 5 goals. And yeah, Shaniqua needs to strike back, or this game is gonna be over really soon. This is the first. This is the second period of the first game. There's gonna be at least another game between these two because it's best of three in the playoffs. Still not looking great at all for Shaniqua, our favorites, clear favorites to win this game. And now Dragonite with an opponent in front. Lorien gets baited and scores. Only plus 9. It's manageable because this is only the second period and they just need to recover mentally, organize themselves, and believe they can win. If not, it's going to be really bad. But Montes is looking weak. Double bomb by Dragonite. Omega rushing in front of Lorien. Lorien, who so far has been a bench player for Sahir's team, but it seems like he was saving him for the playoffs. And just as I say that, Lorien's playing on the post and on Montes scores. So maybe we see a comeback. Let's see. I'm hoping we see an easy comeback. And Sahir's team also chokes a lot. We saw them last week choke a lead against I think it was the Russian team, and I don't remember, but I remember they tied the game that we were about to win in the last few seconds. So they usually choke in the last few seconds of the periods. Great shot there by Dragonite, and we're seeing a comeback now, a possible comeback with 2 minutes to go of the second period. Shout out to Rich, who's probably watching us and for some reason didn't show up to the game. I'm no clue if he's watching actually, but the All-Star team is now looking very deorganized on defense. A lot of team bombs going on. So he's taking a shot. It deflects on Dragonite and his goal there by Sahir. Plus 8. Still a solid lead by All-Star. Who are taking the first game with a lot of confidence. They practice, they had a scream, they believe they can win. And multi-team bomb there by Sahir, but Florian saves it. No one is coming from the red team to take that ball. They're all patiently waiting on the back. And they need to strike back and be more aggressive. Jatori just stood still in front of Sahir. He just, that was completely Jatori's fault. And now they're arguing in the middle of the game. I think Jatori is not happy with Dragonite's command in game. Now team bomb between Omega and Dragonite. Montes driving the ball. So he was just uncling him. Good bombs there by Lorien. Jatori now is having a pass to the counterattacks for Dragonite, but they're all getting outforced on the gym battles. So here and John are playing with the ball on the midfield. And the last few seconds are always the problem for All-Star team. They get overconfident and fuck up. And there's a block shot by Montes. They were about to. So far, the game is 14-5. So a hefty, solid lead for All-Star team who are taking the first game, and probably Sahir could give time to one of his bench players. If he puts lead, we'll see. No doubt, we will see a comeback from Shaniqua. But I think Sahir is gonna keep the same lineup. Yes, Sahir keeping the same lineup, even though he's leading by almost 10 goals. Plus 9 right now. And yeah, Dragonite has no bench alternatives, which is very disappointing from his that they don't show up for the more important game on the season. Well, I mean the season, the cup. Beep beep. And yeah, Dragonite has no alternative but to change some positions, and he did that. He changed a little bit of the positions. And Lee Everett was substituted in, and this is terrible news. Good news for Shaniqua, but okay, Lorian scores. Lee wasn't having a good game in the warm up game that I saw. I'm sorry, and the reason I'm shitting on Lee is because Lee's a joke in the FSB. So I'm sorry, I'm a little biased against Lee, but he's too funny. And Omega shot in front of the net. Here saves it. Jatori is driving the ball, not looking strong. Jatori is usually a strong player, and today is looking very doubtful when he's in front of the ball. And Dr. Bones just stole the ball from Jatori and scores. Complete rape so far, and Shaniqua need to change something because this first game is escaping from them. Right after this game, they will play again because it's best of 3. So it's not all lost for Shaniqua. They still can win the second game. Dragonite takes a shot. It's deflected by Suhiro on the net. Omega Lol takes a shot. Dr. Bounce is not able to save it. All-Star still keeping a hefty lead, but Lorian's gonna take a shot. He baits Dragonite on ankles. 2 players off the Shaniqua team are just not too strong in this game. Lee Everett team bombs Lorian. Now Dragonite misses the X, and Jatori struggles to come back. Now Montes flies by and team bumps his entire team. And Dr. Boss takes a shot. Is deflected by Dragonite. Montes looking really weak in this game. He's gonna have to change something for the second game. Maybe call one of the other players from the team. Omega in front of the net is gonna take a shot and scores. Still +9 for Sahir's team. Solid lead. Not sure if it's +9 or +10. Yeah, +9. The other quarterfinal we'll see after this game in 30 minutes approximately, and it's between Happen and Steam Flamengo. And the Gain Eagers, the Russians, are looking shaky in my opinion. But hey, this is Surprises Day. I thought it was gonna be an easy game for Shaniqua, and they're getting hammered. Omega with a pass to Dragonite. They're looking really weak. Omar Messi just joined, so another alternative from the Everett scores. And yeah, this is game 1 is gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a loss for Shaniqua. Don't forget we have best of 3 format. Another goal for Lee Everett. You can tell your team is doing something wrong if Lee Everett scoring 2 goals in 10 seconds to you. Just kidding. I mean, Lee is a good player, but Shaniqua have to change their mentality for their second game, and Dragonites start to getting those X because he's missing a lot, and also Montes looking really weak on the flying. The first game is completely dominated by All Stars. But never underestimate Shakir's ability to make some substitution that won't work and mess up some game in the second game. And he already put Lee, but I don't think Lee will start in the second game. I might be wrong though. I would believe Eric's gonna play the second game and probably Omar too because they were playing in their Scream game and they were doing really good. So why not? I think Lee could be substituted in the second period or so. So if you just tune in, this is the second period of the first game and the third period, and it's about to be finished. All Star is gonna take the first game of the best of three format. Oh, there's another goal by Lee Everett. Somehow Lee Everett scored like 4 goals in this game. So yeah, that's bad news for Shaniqua. Really bad news. Now the Turkish team is just playing around with them. I think Dragonite's really mad at his team and he's just mentally giving up. But the second game is a new game, so they have a chance. They just need to forget what happened in this game and start over. If people with experience in the Haxcups B know what this is about, if you do a terrible first game, you just have to forget about it and focus on the second game. The, and the first game is won by All Star. The second game is gonna start now. And Dragonite sadly has no alternatives, and so he's gonna use his alternatives and put Omar Messi, the Egyptian, in. And it's gonna keep Lorien and Dr. Bounce for the first period, so Dragonite, no, not giving any instructions to his team and not motivating them, not telling them maybe to change something. Omega's saying he needs to take his medicine. What the fuck? Oh, he needs to take a medicine. That's why he's losing. Maybe with the medicine he's gonna play better. And yeah, Omega just scores an opening goal. Medicine work. So the first game ended 21-11 for All Stars. Oh, this is a complete new game. The second game, if All Stars win this one, they will advance to the semi-finals and face Super Acquaintances, the other American team. And if they lose, we will see a third game to define who advances. So hopefully, Shaniqua loses this game. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care who wins or loses, but I wanted to see a complete dominance. But now things are looking better for Shaniqua. They're leading this second game 2-0. Say here in front of the net, waiting for Dr. Bounce to project himself. An on goal by Chitori. He just shot into the crowd. And a lot of team bombs between Dragonite and Omega. I don't know why he does that on purpose. Clearly on purpose. I think Dragonite needs to cool down. He should have asked for like a timeout, like 5 minutes water break. Tell his team in Discord something, maybe some strategy or something for the second game because he can still win it. And if he gives up mentally, we already know how those games finished. Even if the strongest team is, even if the other team is better, if some team gives up mentally, you're just gonna get completely raped. Oh, Lorien just misses the X. Lorien in front of the net. Oh, and Lorien and Orc Messi just did some stupid mistake in front of the net, and I'm not sure what the fuck was that. Montes with an opportunity was not taking it. The angle shot. Omega in front of the net precipitates this shot. Just be patient and this will score that. Not too much chance between Dragonite and Omega Lol this night, and also not much chance between Dr. Bounce, Lorien, and Omar Messi, who are just ball hogs. Sorry, Omar Messi is known for his ball hogging. Jatori misses an opportunity there. He uses angle and score, bro. And now Lorien with the counter attack is gonna give a pass to Omar, and Omar scores his first goal of the playoffs. And the second game is tied. First period of the second game. Let's remember, if All-Star win this game, they're gonna advance to the semifinals. If Shaniko win the second game, they're gonna force a third game to define who advances. At least they're looking somehow better, or not sure if All-Star looking worse. And Montes just shot the ball into Dragonite, who just axed into his own net and own goal. There's not much talking from All-Star, and their captain is not giving much instructions to his team. They seem to be having a bad time. Lack of experience, I would say. Usually, if you are struggling in a game like this, you pause, you say something. At least now Dragonite's asking something, but he's saying it without pausing it. So while he kicks off, and he's writing. So that's not never a great idea. Good bomb there by Montes. Omega Lol bumps into Dragonite. Montes is just not going for the ball there and waiting for Omega Lol, who's also very passive. Jatori misses another up net. He just has to X. Another miss by Jatori. Omega's telling him, come on, man. Now Omega breaks the map. Nobody's going for the ball, and they're being very passive. Jatori is missing another X, but Jatori should be subbed out, but they have no alternatives. So, yeah, Shaniko is really disappointing that Frozen Track and Rich and the others didn't show up. Let me see who else is on this team. That's it, Michi. Obviously, Michi wasn't gonna show up. He never shows up. Now, Zahir's team is taking the second game as well. Started somehow decent for Shaniqua, but they're losing now by 3 goals. I think W is pulling the scores on the bottom left of your screen, and yes, 5-2. This is the second game. So if Zahir teams, he's now subs Eric in and puts the Lorien, Zahir, Dr. Bronson, Eric, and he benches Omar Messi. And there's some fighting going on in Dragonite's team. Shaniqua is giving his team instructions, but Jatori is not being receptive and making a little of an argument about it, about his captain's instructions. Montes is not looking strong at all in this game. A lot of team bomb and imprecisions. Jatori now has an opportunity. He's gonna angle himself and pass to Dragonite. Dragonite misses. Montes now with an opportunity, but also misses. Omega takes the shot, but it's 3 people from Zahir's team on the net. Montes now has an opportunity. He's gonna do some weird stuff. Omega shot takes the shot. Eric blocks it on Dragonite. Oh, almost on goal between Eric and Lorien. No, Sahir almost on goals as well. They're +3 in the second game, and a little bit of a disappointing performance by Shaniqua and Eric with a great stun shot there. +4 now. It's escaping them. The semifinals is escaping from one of the seemingly sort of favorite teams of the cup, was Shaniqua. Missing some of their key players, but that's just their own fault. Probably Rich is watching us, watching the stream. Frozen Track as well. I'm pretty sure they're online. There's a lot of insecurities on the Shaniqua team. They're all afraid to just drive the ball. They're attempting passes and wall shots. It's finally worked as Montes passes to Jatori and scores. It's only +3. It's doable. Omega gets blocked by Dr. Bats on Lorien. Lorien takes a rocket shot. Montes team bombs the keeper, and now team bombs Omega Lorien misses the X on that angle shot. Now Montes with a counterattack, but he's hitting the wall instead of passing. I don't know why he does that. And Lorien driving the counterattack. Jatori is alone against 2 on the net. He's gonna team bomb his keeper. Dragonite's managed to save the Sahir shot. Shaniqua now on defense. 3 players from Shaniqua on defense. Montes again, triple team bump, and Lorien's gonna take that tap in and scores. It's +4 now. It's escaping in the semifinals. It's escaping from Shaniqua. It's a big underdog story. This Sahir team started really bad in this cup. They're losing some games that they should have won, and Dr. Bounce just misses an open net. They shouldn't get overconfident though. Now Dragonite on goals. I don't know why. But they have given up mentally, I think, since period 1, and that's never a good idea. If you stop believing, you lose the game already. Right after this game, we have another game. I think will be streamed by Shiranui, or hopefully I'll commentate, and it'll be between the Brazilians and the Russians for the other semifinal spot. As this game seems almost to have a winner, but maybe I'm calling it too soon. Second period of the second game, and it's 3-3. It's +3 for Sahir's team. Great kickoff day by Sahir, but counterattack by Jatori. Omega Lol doesn't bump there. Should have given his bump to his team. Team bumps between Dragonite and Omega, and that was Dragonite's fault this time. Now Mantis takes a shot, but it's very weak. Ooh, almost rocket shot by Sahir. Dragonite's driving the counterattack. Eric blocks him. Sahir misses the X. A lot of flying by both teams. If Sahir's team chokes this, it's gonna be unbelievably funny. And now it's only +2 for Sahir's team. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. 3-2. Yeah, it's +2 only. Montes with a very weak pass to Jatori. He's just... Jatori is driving counterattack. Passes to Montes. Montes doesn't bump there, and Dr. Bounce just steals the ball from him. They're trying to avoid the bump. And now Dragonite passes to Jatori, but he's just gonna team bump him instead of giving him the ball for some reason. Here attempts a trick shot on Omega Lol. So here's trying a trick shots there in front of the net. Nobody's going at. So here Montes with a triple bomb again. Triple team bomb, I mean. So here could have scored that. Hopefully he doesn't regret that. So only +2. And I'm not recording. No, I'm not recording, Trooper, so hopefully somebody else did. Okay. Whatever. So it's only +2 for Sahir's team in the second game, and if they manage to choke this, we're gonna have to see a third game, which might delay a little bit the other game. Hopefully not, or hopefully yeah, it would be funny. And Dr. Bounce is asking for a break. Trooper just shut him down. Dragonite's gone missing, and they're probably doing strategies on private. Oh, Megalol is getting his medication. What the fuck? And what kind of medication? Okay, Omega Law is ready. He took his medication. So Omega is on steroids now, guys. Watch out. We're gonna see an amazing comeback as Eric was benched and John Sahir is using his main lineup again. John, Dr. Bounce, Florian, and Sahir. He's got Omar Lee and Eric on the bench. Watch out, guys. Omega Law is on his doping. Montes with an open net opportunity and he's missing, but John on goals. Only +1 now for Sahir's team. And I need to. I'll be back in 1 minute. I have an emergency. Okay, I'm back, and the game is +2 again. As Sahir's team scored. Nobody on defense right now from. Oh, rocket shot between Sahir and somebody boosted him into the Rednecks. And yeah, Montes missing an X there. Dragonite attempting a trick shot on the wall. Very weak there. Sahir attempting a trick shot as well. Lorian saves a shot from Montes. Montes in front of the net. Team bomb between Sahir and no champ between Jatori and Dragonite at all. They had an opportunity there and they just gave the ball to John. John and Dr. Bounce were given a gift. I think the comeback is possible, but Dr. Bounce needs to stop. Omega Low scores. I'm sorry. Dragonite needs to stop team bumping Jatori and vice versa. Lorian in front of the net. Omega Low with a big defensive mistake. He moved downwards. He could just stood still where he was and gave an easy goal to Lorian. Montes with an opportunity now. He's waiting for the bounce and he waits correctly now. Scores. He bounces off Omega Low, so it comes for him. So if I'm not wrong, this is only +3 for Sahir's team. A comeback is possible. Last 4 minutes, and they have to believe they can make it. Sahir, Montes takes a shot. Sahir blocks it. So he passes to Lorian. Lorian misses the X. He's just waiting, and Omega Lol is gonna block his shot. Oh, shit. Jatori boosts Dr. Bounce into his own net. A lot of flying by Jatori right now. Dragonite loses the ball too, so here Lorian misses the X. Omega Lol standing still, doesn't let Dragonite save it. And yeah, no champ between those two. Just remember, Jatori was benched most of the games from Shanipa. I think there must be some reason why, because it's not looking good in this game, man. Frozen Track, the starter, didn't show up today. Really disappointing. Sahir misses a shot now. Another opportunity there for Sahir. Mont is getting in the way of Omega Law, and Sahir takes a shot on John. It's +5 with 2 minutes to go. We think it's very close. I'm very close to call it. That All-Star is gonna advance to the semifinals and face Super Acquaintances. Yeah, they only have 2 minutes to pull an amazing comeback, and I don't think they're believing in themselves. So now Megalol in front of John. John's mistake. Doctor Bounce saves it. He's kind of trying now to trick shot on them. I think he knows he won, and he's just trying to get some shots for his movie and shit. John passes to Sahir, blocked by Montes. Omega Low now in front of the net. Still 1 minute to go, but I'm gonna call it and say All-Star is gonna advance to the semi-finals with a big upset win. The clear favorites for this game were Shaniqua, and I think everybody expected them to win, even though Sahir's team been improving. They were the underdogs clearly after the performances in the group stage and all. I think they were the underdogs, and I think the lack of experience in competitions from this American team would have been crucial. Well, they still have 30 seconds, and maybe I'm calling it too soon, and it's only now +2. They managed to score some goals while I was burying them into the calling their graves now. But yeah, they have 20 seconds now to score 2 goals. So here takes an angle shot. Actually, they need to. Yeah, they have to score 2 goals really fast. 10 seconds. Hail Mary shot. Hail Mary shot. Take a shot. Hail Mary, and it's not gonna happen. This game is won by All Stars. Congratulations to them. They advanced to the semi-finals. They're gonna see Super Acquaintances. And don't leave, because we have another game. Maybe W is not gonna stream it. Let me ask Trooper, and I'll tell you in a moment. So we have another game right now. The other quarterfinals. Oh. I think we're gonna stay here. Shiranui doesn't want to stream. Lorian, the real Turk monster. The fuck Turk monster. So yeah, big upset. As they define who's gonna stream. If anything, I'm gonna say again, big surprise win by All Stars. Just won the first game with a lot of confidence, 21-11. The second game they struggled, but they still won it 13-11, and they advanced to the semifinals. And now we're gonna see the other semi quarterfinals between the Brazilian team and the Russians, Game Eagers against Flamengo. I think we're staying in this room as far as I'm told. I think here, and W is gonna stream for one final goal, for one goal in the final. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. Gonna get some water. And the other game should start in about 5 minutes. Uh, Maybe you should cut this stream and start it over so it saves, and or I don't know.